man. This incident happened just a few hours earlier, and I'm typing this story currently at my workplace. I work in the garden area of a home improvement store. I don't work the cash registers, and my manager doesn't even let me water the flowers, so a lot of the time I have nothing to do. This results in me taking extremely long bathroom breaks, where I just scroll on my phone. I know it sounds bad, but it's better than standing around trying to look busy. Today was the same as any other, with me wasting time in the bathroom. Nothing of interest happened until my work phone buzzed at the same time as the stool next to mine. This becomes important later. A few seconds later, I see that the guy in the next stall had his hand stretched to the ground with his palm facing up. I at first thought he had run out of toilet paper and was asking for mine. He just stayed silent for a while, so I ignored him after that. Then he started moving that hand uncomfortably close to my leg, so I immediately scooted away and prepared to leave. Once the man noticed that, he hurriedly got out his stool before I could leave. Another few seconds of silence. I took a peek out from the gap of the stall door to see what the hell he was doing. And just like a scene from a horror movie, our eyes connected. He was barely an inch away from my door, trying to peek inside. My blood ran cold. If you are wondering why I didn't immediately open the door and cuss the guy out, I really hate confrontation. I avoid it whenever possible, and I do my best not to draw attention to myself. I stood sideways by the door, so he wouldn't be able to see me. That's when the whispering started. I don't know what the first thing he said was, but it sounded like moaning. The next part was a bit more audible. He said something along the lines of wanting to see more of my unflushed toilet paper. I was thoroughly disgusted. This guy was a complete creep, and I was alone in the bathroom with him. My heart was beating faster by the second. I know I had to stay there until another person came into the bathroom. No way was I going to confront him alone. Probably a minute later, someone finally arrives, and I take this as my chance to wash my hands and get the hell out of there. Thankfully, the presence of the other person made the old man quit his creepy behavior. As I was about to leave, he blocked my path for a quick second before stepping aside. The weird thing was, I don't even think he works at the store because he wasn't wearing any vest. My store is extremely lenient about uniform, but most workers at least wear a vest or something connected to the store. He just looked like a regular customer. I'm certain I heard 2 phone dings echo in that bathroom. The phones have a signature ring to them, so it couldn't have been a coincidence. Either way, he only started creeping on me once the phone ring made it clear that I was an employee. The situation really creeped me out, and I've been totally unfocused on my work since then. I kept prowling the garden area to look out for any old man wearing a similar outfit to the creeper. I have an incredibly hard time distinguishing faces, so I probably wouldn't even recognize him, even if I did see him. Creepy bathroom peeper, let's not meet again. To keep a long story short, my ex-best friend Alyssa and I were friends for almost 7 years. We had a good, healthy relationship. She was my ride or die. We did everything together, but we slowly started to drift away when I exchanged schools. We saw each other after school, so it was cool. Well, a year passed, and I started to notice Alyssa hanging with the wrong crowd, and I didn't want any part of that. I started to notice how Alyssa would pick on me about my appearance and clothing, but she used to dress like me. We used to be dripped in anime merch, but ever since she started to hang out with more mature college people, she changed. She would constantly tell me I'm fat, ugly, or nobody loves me, all that type of stuff. And my last straw was when she called my family poor. I lost it because my family has helped her with financial problems and even gotten them out of debt. So I stopped being friends with her, and I started to hang out with new people and get to know myself more. I have made a new best friend and everything was great, but I couldn't shake the feeling of being watched from every corner. I always felt like someone was there, but I ignored it. Months passed, and I still can't shake the feeling of being watched, and that's when stuff started to happen. My car would end up keyed. My tires were popped most of the time, and weird letters I had to decipher started to show up in my front porch, but I'm dumb and decided to ignore the problems. A year later, I decided to hang out with some old friends from the group, and that's when I found out everything. Alyssa was the one doing those things to me, and every letter she sent was a death threat. My friend Tori, the one who witnessed everything, told me how Alyssa would stalk me and get mad that I replaced her with a guy. That's not what creeped me out. Turns out, Alyssa copied everything. I got a 2018 Nissan Sentra, and she got the same car. Inside my dashboard on my car, I have My Hero Academia figures and South Park figures, and she went as far as to get the same type of figures online and put them on her dashboard. She would wake up at 6 a.m, drive to my house, and wait for me to wake up and get out of the house so she could follow me. She tried adding my friends on social media and tried to convince them to leave me for her because she is a better friend than me. She even got the same clothes as I did. According to Tori, when she would visit Alyssa at her house, Alyssa would have the same anime posters. I didn't believe her at first until she showed me pictures. I wish she sent them to me. Everything was the same, as if Tori was seeing double of everything. Lucky for me, Alyssa was forced to move up north with her father. Her grandma kicked her out the house, and everything went back to normal. For now, I'm just scared when she comes over for holidays and starts to stalk me again.
I used to work in an industrial area that tends to be secluded and dark at night, with minimal lighting along the roads. I also live close to this previous job, so I would walk home instead of taking the bus. I can't drive. The bus routes tend to be awkward and have long wait times, so I usually walk. One night, in early October, I had been walking through a parking lot to get to my place. I had to walk through a few parking lots to get to my place. However, the parking lots close to the main road were where these incidents occurred. Anyway, as I am walking through a desolate parking lot, I am listening to music and enjoying my walk when I get this suspicious feeling that I should look behind me. I look behind and see this individual wearing a hoodie/track pants and appears to be maybe a woman. This person is pale and seems to be watching me after emerging from the bushes/trees she was hiding in. She picks up pace from behind me, but continues walking horizontal to me. I ran across the main road, and when I looked back, I could see her standing next to a set of trees. She then realizes that I see her watching me and jumps behind a tree to hide. I go into some random apartments to hide from her and wait there for some time. I then left and went to my place. I told my mum about this incident and she said that I should have called the police. Now it doesn't stop there. So, now it's early November. I have a weird feeling that there is someone in this parking lot I am walking through. I was walking through a different parking lot this time, as the previous parking lot had freaked me out because someone was watching me. As I am walking through this parking lot, the person wearing a hoodie emerges from hiding behind a parked trailer, talking on her phone. I am now thoroughly freaked out and decides to pick up my pace and get to the main road as fast as possible without alerting this person that I feel threatened by them. As I am getting ready to cross the road, this person decides to cross the road as well and watches me as I cross the road. I book it to the random apartment and hide in there until I assume she is gone. Now, the last time this happened was mid-November, a week after the second incident. I am walking through the same parking lot that I saw her in the second time. Dumb, I know. This time, she emerges from hiding behind a trailer and starts walking towards me. I decide to just run and get to the main road. I get across the main road and look back, and she is gone. I assume she must have been hiding behind the trailer, as there was no way she could have gotten out of the parking lot in that time. I decide to hide in the same apartment building as well. Now I have not seen her, as it has been snowing, so it would be significantly easier to see her face, and it's too cold to wait out in a parking lot. I also no longer work there, so I no longer have to take that route to work. Now it could have been a man, as they were pretty tall, but I thought I heard her voice when she was talking on her phone, and when I saw her the first time, I thought she might have been a white female with dark hair. I have not gone to the police with this information, but might. I doubt it will do anything, but my mum thinks it